Sculpture 1 class for a BFA at my university, and I was a 2D artist, and I thought it was really silly, but then we started doing metal and it's so seductive. I was seduced, and it's enticing and I can't stop.
I was exposed to it in art school at the University of Alabama. I had a professor that was running a cupola, and iron casting was really big near Birmingham, and so we learned all about it, and moths to the flame.
Art has been my life. I taught stained glass for 30 years. Sculpture was just a moment in my life. I paint, I do a lot of stuff. But I wanted to do some sculpture, and my goal was to get a show, a one-man show, with 2 bronze pieces, 2 cast iron pieces, 2 aluminum pieces, and 1 glass piece. And that's what I did.
I was a sculpture major at UW-Milwaukee.
I've always been attracted to the figure, and I think it expresses a lot, and I think it's really great to use it to express certain things. So that's why I did the little girl, and it's supposed to be me. And I've done a lot of self-portraiture, so that's kind of where I got that from.
I was in undergrad, and it was 1997, and I was at UW-Oshkosh, and T.C. Farley was my instructor. And I saw the advanced class pouring bronze, and it was very seductive, and there was no turning back. So I'd say that I definitely have an inner pyro, and I have a need to fill it. So I was definitely attracted to the molten metal, and being as dangerous as it is, you definitely need a community to watch your back, tap you out if you're on fire. So that's really why I like being involved with the Pork Crews. For about 4 years now, something like that.
Well, as the guest artist, I started on Thursday, and I'm here now. So I've been casting with these fine folks in Wisconsin for 4 or 5 years now. So I come up once a year. I'm from Alabama, and as a visiting artist, came and gave a presentation, and just here to help.
Since 2007.
More than a decade. A member of this team. I started Sculpture 1, I'm in 4 now, so that's 4 semesters ago. So 2 years.
It's been since 2012, I think. I've done 7 today, 7 including today.
I think it does a lot of things, but I think for me the most I take away from it is having community and having a tribe. So sculpture, as you can see, it's heavy, it's a lot of work, and you can't do it alone, and that's the best part, is you get to make friends and you get to really have a tribe and people who help you with your work. And that's a community you don't get all the time.
It's wonderful to be working with this crew. Teresa is an awesome instructor, and I got to sit in with some of her classes and see what the students are making. And as a professional artist, I'm not around students so much, so getting to see their inspirations and their motivations to make is inspiring. Having been doing it for 20 years, thinking back to the beginning is kind of nostalgic and fun, and to see the joy in their eyes, how you get empowered by creativity.
I went to Sloss in 2009 with Tree and Chuck Kraus, and that kind of got me hooked. And then 2009, 10, and 11, I took classes from Tree at UW-Oshkosh. The state of Wisconsin allowed people over 70 to do the classes for free. So we paid a $45 fee for using the facilities, and she helped me a lot.
So Tree is my former mentor at the sculpture program of UW-Whitewater, and I think Tree is an amazing human. I think she's just like a go-getter. She lets absolutely nothing slow her down. Just is always doing everything, and she's never doing any of it for herself, which is insane. She's always just doing it for other people. So really heartwarming, and she has absolutely no idea how dynamo and amazing she is. That's just another like Jesus tree. I mean, could you be any cooler? When I was coming through the program, I had all these crazy ideas, and I think in any other department, if I had said I want to go this above and beyond, you know, they'd been like, okay, how about we tone that back a little? But Tree is always ready to tackle anything, and I mean, I did stuff in that program I never would have thought I could because of her.
I do, a couple, yeah. It is a series of tiny wax pieces that I made with my 5-year-old son, and then I put them in molds at work and brought them here.
So I poured the little girl. She's gonna be 3 years old, like the size of a 3-year-old. And then I poured some light bulbs, and those are also gonna be shown in my senior show in December. I cast a little, just something fun. It's a little lion head and a woman and a little Leo symbol.
So the work, I ran a workshop at the Potter Shop in Waukesha. I am one of their instructors as beginning wheel throwing and hand building alongside other various holiday workshops, plaster building workshops. But I had a crazy idea with my boss to be like, hey, I do this on the side, and I'd love to just kind of dive other people into this really cool thing that I love. And so I ran a workshop, student scratch blocks that I brought in, poured them, I cleaned them up, and we'll be returning them to the students. And then my own work, I poured 3 daggers. If you follow my social media at all, you probably will have seen one already come to full creation with a bound leather hilt. And I've always loved weapons. And I think that just has to do with the background of loving fantasy and fantasy culture, magical lores and all that.
I do public art, I do political art, I do craft as well, I make objects. So if you got the money, I got the time.
I think, I mean, again, I love all multimedia. And I don't think it makes me a badass, but I also just think that it just dives me into a whole nother world. I think each one of these mediums, have people that practice just this one thing for years. And there's always kind of these little niches, these little groups and communities of these individual mediums. And they're all different. And it is, I think, just amazing, and I feel cultured, and I just appreciate taking the best of each one of these communities and going forward in my own art. So I'm always an advocate that I think that multimedia, taking these things and doing it all in one place, informs other mediums. So I love ceramic and metal and kind of combining those.
It's a lot about memory and dreams. It's going to be an installation, so there's going to be a lot of sculptural stuff with a lot of kind of antique-y cabinets of curiosity stuff as well.
People are so kind about, like they come and they really seem genuinely interested, and I think everybody stayed after and asked questions, and it was really nice. People who come that are not students at this school will pay for their experience here for the iron and the coke, the fuel that we use. And the money then goes back into the sculpture lab, and then we can get visiting artists. Like this semester we had Ira Hill, who is running the furnace today with Kate Sanderab. Kate's been a visiting artist in the past. The other thing is that we do field trips. The local ones usually will go down to Chicago for SOFA, we'll go up to Kohler and do the tour. So all of the iron pour pays for like that extra experience of the, of this time that the students are in college. You can do anything, and you can find the resources to do it, and you're just capable of anything. The only person standing in your way is you.